SBIR funding, that's the Small Business Innovation Research Awards that come out of the federal government, have gotten a ton more interesting in the recent weeks. I'm not talking about kind of interesting. I'm talking about seriously interesting for those people who are developing technology, developing products, businesses, and government contractors. This isn't just another type of form or another type of program. This is a new potential scale-up pathway worth up to $30 million. That's right, $30 million. It's called the SBIR Strategic Breakthrough Award, and it may change how you, small businesses, government contractors, anybody who's developing something, view and think about SBIR funding. Now, we all know that SBIR funding is non-dilutive, and we also probably know that SBIR has always helped small businesses fund innovation. But now, for the right companies, SBIR may also fund the next critical step: scale up, transition, and real government adoption. You probably have heard about the SBIR and STTR programs. They're sister programs. STTR is for research and nonprofits. SBIR is specifically for profits. Now, they've helped both of these angles develop new technology for federal agencies. The path was simple. Phase 1 proves feasibility, and Phase 2 builds and validates the technology, right? It's where you build your MVP. And then came the hardest part. Regardless if you're in the SBIR program, the hardest part. It's getting from a promising prototype to an actual customer, a contract, a deployment, an acquisition pathway. That gap, regardless if you're talking about SBIRs, the gap is called the Valley of Death. It's a very dramatic name, but honestly, it's pretty darn accurate when it comes to all this. A lot of companies win Phase 1 and Phase 2 awards. Heck, there are things called SBIR mills that are dedicated just to winning these type of awards, and that's their business. They help them build something valuable, and then they struggle to find the money, customer commitment, investors, and procurement pathways needed to scale within the federal government. Now, this is why they created Phase 3 for certain companies that have SBIR funding to help them in this part of the phase. But what recently came out was even better. That's why you need to know about the Strategic Breakthrough Award, because this matters. Under the new law, certain agencies can make larger post-Phase 2 SBIR awards, potentially up to $30 million, either as one award or a series of milestone-based awards over a project period of up to 48 months. What does that sound like to you if you're a small business or a startup and you've been raising money? If it's going over a couple milestones, it's tranched. You're used to this type of stuff. This isn't just one more pilot. This is scale-up funding. And the big message for you guys and for business owners and government contractors is SBIR is no longer just about R&D funding strategy. It's also about scale-up strategy. And this is a major shift. A Phase 1 or a Phase 2 award is not just money to test an idea. It may become part of a larger pathway toward commercialization, transition, and government adoption. One of the things that we've seen recently come out of the past months is that the commercialization aspect, both for Phase 1 and Phase 2, have come with increased importance. Investor dollars that are coming behind your company are even more important than they used to be. So if you're building technology in defense, cybersecurity, health, energy, space, artificial intelligence, you get it. This SBIR deserves a fresh look. Once again, remember, it's non-dilutive funding. What do you have to lose? Now, government proposals can be painful. Nobody's going to wake up on a Saturday and say, you know what sounds relaxing and a lot of fun? A federal solicitation with 19 attachments. But remember, $30 million. Strategic Breakthrough Awards create a reason for you to get up on that Saturday and pursue an SBIR. Because winning SBIRs today may help position your company for a much larger funding opportunity later. What does this mean in plain English? Well, SBIRs are where you can help prove the technology. Strategic Breakthrough Awards are going to help you scale it and sell it. Now, before we all start whispering $30 million into our pitch decks, there are some catches, and they're kind of big ones. First, your company needs at least one prior Phase 2 SBIR or STTR award. Second, you need 100% matching funds. That match can come from new private capital, new government funding outside ordinary Phase 1 or Phase 2 SBIR, STTR dollars, or a combination of both. The government wants proof that someone else believes this technology is worth scaling, and the way that person is going to prove it, the way they're going to know it happened, is when somebody puts money down. It could be an investor, it could be a strategic partner, it could be a family office, Could be an institutional investor. It could be a real customer with real money and real problems. For defense contractors, the bar is even higher. DoD, or DOW these days, focused companies need to show readiness alignment with a high priority need, a path into the acquisition process, and a required portion of matching funds from new DoD funding outside regular Phase I or Phase II SBIR and STTRs. This, by the way, is not SBIR supersized with fries. This is, once again, about transition. This is a huge change from what it used to be. This is about customers and whether or not they're going to come and buy your product. This is about whether your technology can move from promising prototype to useful capacity. So what should small business owners, what should government contractors do now? Well, first, if you already have a Phase I or a Phase II SBIR or STTR award, audit your position. You have a clear agency customer. You have matching funds or a credible path to them. You have evidence that someone in government wants to test, buy, integrate, or transition your technology. Second, if you haven't pursued an SBIR yet, this is a reason to consider it. Talk to your board, talk to your co-founders, talk to the people who are working with you. Do not chase SBIR just because it comes with funding. A lot of people make that mistake, especially when you're looking at your product roadmap and what you already have to do. Chase SBIRs because it can help you build a documented pathway from innovation to adoption. It can help you actually raise money because the government is saying, we believe in what's happening. Third, build with the end in mind. The best strategic breakthrough candidates aren't going to have just good technology. They're going to have proof, partners, funding leverage, and a transition story that sounds like procurement, not just possibility. This is where we are going. And Strategic Breakthrough Awards could make SBIRs one of the most important scale-up tools available to innovative small businesses, government contractors, and for all you startups out there who are looking for funding. But the winners, they're not going to come from companies with the fanciest buzzwords. They're going to come from companies with prior SBIR success, matching funds, customer pull, and a credible path to adoption. And before you say, I don't have any of that, guys, remember, nobody has that until they have it. It's going to be hard for your first time, but get it because there's a lot of money out there to help you transition and build up your company. So if you are a real business owner, if you are somebody with a real technology, a real potential, solving a real agency problem, SBIRs, well, I think you should give them a fresh look because the next government contracting opportunity may not start with a giant contract. It may start with just a small Phase I. As always, thanks for watching. If you have any questions about this amazing new program, SBIRs, government contracting, put your questions in the comments. We try to respond to every single comment as they come in. As always, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. It really, really helps us. Like, and we'll see you next time.